Hello everyone, my name is Valentino Eka Putra. In this video we will learn about repetition and array in Java. So what is a repetition or array? Repetition is some way in programming if you want to repeat some lines of program, line of code, or some parts of the program. You want to, for example, you want to print some character several times. You can use repetition. Repetition usually comes with many choice like for syntax, or while, or do while, or many others. So if you want to repeat something similar, you can use a repetition to create the program. And then the array is similar to variable, but the difference is the variable will have index. So let's say if you have a string variable, let's say it has a name, employee name. If you have several employees and you want to store several data into one variable, you can use array. So there will be employee name index 0, employee name index 1, employee name index second, and etc. Okay, in this video we will learn to create a program from the case like the previous session. And the case in this session is the company wants to make a program to input employee working hour and calculate their salary for a week. So the program will ask the user to input how many employee will be calculated, and then the program will ask the employee name, total working hour, and job position of the employee. And then for the data, we need to make sure that the employee name must be more than 4 character, and then the total working hour only contains number and must be positive, and then the job position only contains staff or manager. So the job positions only can be filled by staff or manager. And then the program will calculate the weekly salary for each employee and show the data. And for some rules, the staff base salary is $10 per hour. So if the staff work let's say 20 hours a week, it will get about $200. And if the manager working 20 hours a week, it will get $300. Okay, and then the program will roughly look like this. So if we want to calculate two salary of the employee, the input total employee, it will ask first the employee name of the first employee, and then the work time of the first employee, and then the position, and then it will repeat the same code but with some different components like this one. So the Edward, the second employee name Edward in here, the second work time 7, and the second position manager. And then after that it will output the results. So because William is a staff, the position is staff, he got $80 from working 8 hours a week. But the Edward, which is a manager, got $105 because he works 7 hours a week. So let's jump to the Eclipse. Okay, and then we just need to make a new Java project. File, new Java project. Let's name this session 4. And then as usual we create the main program class. And don't forget to check this public static void main. Okay, so it will be generated. Okay, and then for this program, we need to store the total of employee that will be inputted in the program. So first we need a variable for that. Let's call this integer count for the total of the employee. And then let's say the program will hold about 5 employee maximum. So we will create a string for employee name. Let's call this name. And then to make a variable into an array, we just need to add a square bracket behind it. And then don't forget to create the array like this. So if the type is string, we just need to create a new string and a square bracket, and inside the bracket we need to give the size of the array. So let's say we just need to have five member of the array. So just use string name, square brackets, and we declare it as equals new string square bracket, and inside that there is a 5. So that means the name variable will have 5 members, 5 arrays, index 0 until 4. Okay, and then after that we need to record the hours too, integer hours. So it will be the same, equals new integer 5. And then the last is the position, string position equals new string square bracket and 5. Okay, so we already have the array and the variable to store our data. And then the next thing we need to do, we need to ask the user to input the total of employee that will be inputted. So let's just use system.out.print, and the output will be like please input employee, please input the total employee. Okay, like this. Okay, and then like before, we need to use count equals, oh, I forget the scanner again. So scanner input equals new scanner inside the system.in. Don't forget to import the scanner using control space, and then use input equals count equals input dot next int. Okay, and then we want the program to ask for the employee data several times depending on the count, depending on the data inside the count variable. So to do this, to make the program repeat several times, we need to use for. So inside the for, inside these brackets, we need to write several things. First, we need to write like this: integer I equals 0. That means at the start of the for, the I value is 0, and then we use a semicolon. After that, we need to tell the program when the loop will stop, when the repetition will stop. So in this case, we need to loop until the count, the value of count. So we can use I less than count. So as long as the I is less than the value of I is less than the value of count, it will keep repeating. And then add another semicolon, and in the third, after the second semicolon, we need to write the increment. So the variable I will be will be changed by how much every loop. So in this one we just want the I to change by 1 every time the for ends the loop. So we just need to write I plus plus. So this is the increment. We increment the I by 1. Okay, so next we want to ask the user for the employee name, hours, and position. So we need to use like this system dot auto print. This is the same like the previous program. So we ask, please input employee name. Okay, and then we use the name array to store the data. So we want to store a string, so we use name. And don't forget, if you want to access an array, you must state the index. So at what index you want to store the data. To make this easier, we just use the I as the index, because the I will be changed every time this for loop is ends. So in the first run the I will be 0, and the second run the I will be 1, because this increment. So we just use the name, the index will be I equals input dot next line. Okay, so we already get the input for the employee name, but in the case there is another requirements that needs to be met. In the third point, program will make sure employee name must be more than 4 characters. So if the name is less than 4 characters, we need the user to input the name again. So how can we do that? We can use another repetition. So you can use the dual syntax like this. Do while like this, and then the condition will be the name, which the index is I. We can get the length. If the length is less than equals 4, it will loop again to the top. So while the condition inside this while is true, it will get back to the do, and it will run the code inside the brackets again one more time until the condition is false. So there's a while, the while only, and the do while. The difference is, if you use a while, it will check the condition first. So if in the first time the program runs the condition is false, then the loop will not be processed by the program. But if you use the do while, it will run at least once. So that is the difference between while and do while. You can use whatever you want, depending on the situations you need. Okay, and then let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Just run this one. If I input the total employee is 2, then we can input 2 times the employee name 2 times. Let's try first William, second is Edward. Okay, so we already input this twice, in this one and in this one, but there is something strange in here. So you see the please input employee name is written twice. Okay, there is why we get this result. Okay, we get the result like this because there is something called the buffer. So when I use this one, input dot next integer, if if I input something in here, in the end I will need to press enter, button. So the next in will get the numbers before the enter, and then the enter will be left in the buffer. So when the next input, this one, when the next input.nextLine is called, the enter will be inputted in here, and then it counts as a new input. So to remove this thing, we just need to add another input dot next line after every next int you use. So let's try this again. Okay, to William and Edward. So now the program is good, and now we can continue to input the other. I forget, we forgot to check if, okay, let's say I input the total employees 2, and then I input the employee name with less than 4 or equals to 4 characters. Let's say I will Ash. I will input it as Ash. So this is still in the first employee, so the I is still 0. Okay, let me input the right one. Let's say William, and then this is the second, Edward. So in total there is 3, but this one is an invalid. So when I input the name as Ash, the dual will detect that this one is wrong. This one, the condition will return true, but the condition is wrong, the Ash. We don't need an employee name less than 4 characters, so this one will be true, and then the program will go to here again. So it will use the please input employee name, and then we can input a new employee name. Okay, and then after that we need to make sure that the hours is a positive number. So you can use the same, another do while. We need the hours to be positive number, so we can let the hours less than 0, like this. The hours, I forget the index is I, and then just like before, we want to catch the error. So if someone input the letter into the hours, it will make the hours become -1. So same like before, try and the catch here, exception E, and then we need to output this line, please input employee work time hours, and then don't forget to input to store the input into the array equals input dot next integer. And don't forget, if we input integer, then we need to do this one, input dot next line, so we can remove the enter characters in the buffer, in the input buffer. And then if this one is error, we just need to make the hours into -1, into negative number, any negative number. So when the hours is checked in here, in this one, it will return true, and then the program will ask the user once again for the input. Okay, and then for the last, we need to check the job position. So the position, okay, let's write this later. We write the output first. Please input employee position, only staff or manager. like this, and then we use the position, and the index is I equals input dot next line. Okay, so it will be like this, and then we want the user to input the position again if the position is not staff and it is not a manager. So we can use it like this, use the exclamation mark, that means not. So whatever the result after the exclamation mark, it will be changed into the opposite. So if, let's see, I write exclamation mark and true, so this one will be determined as false, but if I use not false, then it will mean that this is true. So we can determine the position like this. We can know if the position is equals staff, and then we want to check if the position is not both, so it's not a staff and it's not a manager. So we can use the not symbol, and then we can use the and. So there is two condition, and we can compare it using the and or other symbol like or, XOR, and many more. So let's finish this first. Position index I equals to manager. So now we will check if what we already write here is true. So let's try this one. Wait, there is I forget this one, so it will be more clean, the output is more clean. So let's try run it again. The total employees is 2, the employee name is William. We don't need to check it again because we already checked it before. And the work time hours, let's say it is 8. Okay, so there seems to be something wrong in our code. The employee work hours is asking again and again. Okay, so I think the error is in this one. So we want after the next in, it will be always the input dot next line, so the buffer will be cleared. But unfortunately, if we run into an error, so in this line we run into an error, it will immediately jump into the catch bracket in the code inside the catch bracket. So the input dot next line is skip. So how do we change this? We just need to let's just delete this one and then press the input dot next line after the try catch. So it will be like this. Let us try this again. So if the total employee is 2, the name is William, the employee work hours is 8, it already working, so it will ask again. And if we put a minus 4, it will ask again. But if we give the right work time, let's say 20, it will move on to the employee position. Now we want to enter the position. If I input it wrong like this, staff with small s, it will ask again. But if I input it right, with the big S, it will continue to the next input, to the next employee. So we just need to add work time is 10, position is manager. Okay, like this. So the input is working good, nothing's wrong for right now. So we just need to continue to the output. So for the output, we know the total of the employee that will be calculated, that the salary will be calculated. So we just use the another loop using for, the start is 0 and the end is the same when the value of I is less than the value of count. And then there is the the increment of I plus plus, like this. Okay, and then we just need to write the position and then the name and then how much the employee got paid. So just use system.out.println. First we need the position, so we just use the position in the index is I, and then the single quotes for the name, single quotes inside it is double quotes, and then the name and the index is I. And then the last we need to calculate the payment, the salary. So let's make another variable to hold the salary, like this, salary equals 0. So there is a difference between the staff salary and the manager salary. So we need to use selection in here. So if the position of the employee is a staff, if he or she is a staff, then the salary equals the hours, the work time hours, times 10. Else, if it's not a staff, then it must be a manager, because we already limit the choice to staff and manager in here. So if it's not a staff, then it must be a manager. So the salary is a bit different. It's just hours, the index is I, times 15. So it will be like this, and we just add got paid dollar plus we insert the salary in the end of the string. So let's check this one. Let's run this one. I'm gonna make this bigger. Okay, so the first employee name is William, the work time hours is 36, and the position is staff. And then Edward, our manager, he worked 24 hours a week, and then he's a manager. Okay, so in this case they are paid the same, because Edward is working 24 hours and each hour he got paid by $15, and William is 36 hours a week but he got paid $10 an hour. So yeah, basically it's like this. You can change the total employee to 3 or 4 and you need to input more data, but the output will still follow. So this is the repetition and array. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.